Alright, moving on next, we got the Rolling Stones. I'm a big fan, but I tell you what, as far as the Stones go, I'm big on the period of like 68 to 74. I think in that period of time, they were really, really great. Nobody could touch them. Before 68 and after 74, I'm not that big a fan, you know. But during that period, man, you had some really good stuff. This is Let It Bleed. Got a lot of really cool stuff on it. Like Midnight Rambler, Gimme Shelter. You got the Keith Richards tune. You got the Silver. If you ever get a chance, there's a bootleg that's got the actual Mick Jagger vocal on You Got the Silver. What's also pretty cool about this, this is after Brian Jones passed away. And basically all the guitar work on here, if I'm not mistaken, is Keith Richards, and I think he does a fine job. One of my favorite guitar players. I mean, he's just really bluesy, really sloppy, but really, really cool. Another good track on here, definitely check it out, Monkey Man. Alright, next up is going to be an album called Sticky Fingers, my personal favorite of the Stones. Once again, all killer, no filler. Every tune is just killer. You've got Sway, really cool tune on here, Can You Hear Me Knocking? Kind of got that Santana vibe going on in the instrumental part. Bitch is on here, Sister Morphine, Moonlight Mile. Every tune's really cool. A lot of drug references on this album, but you know, what can you expect from Mick and Keith, the Glimmer Twins? Sticky Fingers, pick this one up for sure. Next up, another favorite of mine, Goat's Head Soup. Really wild album. Some of the pictures inside are really questionable, but you know, it's really cool. You got Dancing with Mr. D on here, 100 years ago. Really good tune called Heartbreaker. Angie's on here, Winter. Most every tune on here rocks, and this is during that period, you know, 68 to 74. This is 1973. Definitely check this one out. And this one right here is just a compilation, 40 licks. It's just got all your hits on it. No big deal. Moving on now. I'm also a big Who fan. This is Tommy. I'm sure everybody's got it. This is the remastered version. Sounds really, really good. You know, I'm sure everything that can be said about it's already been said. I don't have to go any further. I mean, it's great. And also, my wife just picked this up for me for my birthday. I've been eyeballing it for a long time, and really struggled with paying $30 for it because the entire second CD is just a live version of Tommy, which, you know, is really, really cool. And I was a fool to think I didn't need it. But anyway, this is The Who, live at Hull, 1970, and man, what a show. I mean, it opens up with Heaven and Hell, and just very powerful, man. Keith Moon was a powerhouse. The guitar solo when it starts out, Pete Townsend on that Gibson SG. My Generation on here is like 15 minutes long, but it's a killer jam. And like I said, you know, the whole entire disc 2 is a live version of the Tommy album. Man, it's really, really hot when it's live. I mean, everything's turned up a notch. Okay, the next album is going to be Who's Next, released in 1971. This is my favorite Who album. It's got, of course, Won't Get Fooled Again on it, Baba O'Riley. I really like the tune, Going Mobile. That's Pete Townsend on vocals on that one. John Entwistle does lead vocals on My Wife. Personal favorite right here, Behind Blue Eyes. Really like it a lot. This is the remaster. It's also got a lot of the Lifehouse Project on it, which has the tune Water on it. Naked Eye. Really, really good stuff. Next CD is going to be the Who Ultimate Collection. Basically just the hits. I'm sure a lot of people have it. Not a whole lot I can say for it. I'd just soon have Who's Next, but that's cool. Alright, next we're moving on to The Doors, another one of my favorite groups. This is a debut album by The Doors, expanded version. This album right here is just, it's really strong record. It's got Soul Kitchen's really cool. I never get tired of Light My Fire. I'm sure people do. 7 minutes. They play it on the radio every day, but you know what? It kicks ass. It always has. It always will. Backdoor Man's really cool. It's their stab at the blues. And also you have the tune The End on here. I'm sure everybody's familiar with that. Alright, next up is going to be The Doors' Strange Days. Pretty cool album. This came out the end of 1967. They'd already had a hit with Light My Fire. Pretty much this came out about the time that they were on the Ed Sullivan Show. Really cool album. I think my favorite track off the album is going to be My Eyes Have Seen You. Just a killer, kind of hard rock song. Pretty cool. The Doors' Waiting for the Sun. Excellent cover. Pretty cool tunes on here. My personal Doors favorite would have to be on this album. It's called Not to Touch the Earth. Really abstract lyrics, killer tune. You've also got Spanish Caravans on here. My Wild Love, pretty cool psychedelic tune. You also got 5 to 1. The Doors' Soft Parade, 1969. Alright, this album right here, standout tune on here is probably Shaman's Blues, Wild Child, that's a pretty cool tune, Wishful Sinful, and the epic Soft Parade. 8 minutes 40 seconds of pure Jim Morrison. Awesome track. Pretty cool album, not their best. For this tour right here, I think this is the one where Jim got in all that trouble exposing himself in Miami, and definitely pick it up. It's worth a listen.